Have you ever heard the story of a girl who walked through the fire of history and came out wearing the weight of a nation's hope? On October 20th, 1964, Kamala Devi Harris entered the world in Oakland, California. Her story is not just about politics. It's about identity, roots, and the courage to believe in something bigger than yourself. Kamala's mother, Shyamala, was a breast cancer researcher from India. Her father, Donald Harris, was an economist originally from Jamaica.
And subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
In a time when interracial marriages were rare and often criticized, their love was a quiet act of rebellion. Kamala was raised in a world where two cultures danced under one roof. She listened to Indian classical music while also feeling the rhythm of black culture in the streets of Oakland. When her parents divorced, Kamala was just 7 years old. Her mother raised her and her sister, Maya, mostly on her own. A single immigrant mother raising two daughters in a divided America, it wasn't easy. But Shyamala was a fighter. She brought her daughters to civil rights marches, took them to the lab, and taught them not to ask for permission to speak. Kamala learned early that she didn't have to fit into anyone's box. She could be all of who she was, unapologetically black, proud of her Indian heritage, and determined to make her own way. Her journey wasn't ordinary. She attended Howard University, a historically black college, where she ran for student council, joined the debate team, and found her voice in activism. She called it one of the most formative experiences of her life. After law school, she became a prosecutor. But not just any prosecutor. Kamala said she wanted to be inside the system to change it from within. That decision would shape her future and bring both praise and criticism. But it also showed something important: she didn't run from difficult spaces. She walked right into them. In 2004, Kamala Harris made history by becoming San Francisco's district attorney, becoming the first woman of both Black and South Asian descent to serve in that role. She stood firm on justice while trying to balance reform with law enforcement. She knew the cost of being first. Every move was watched. Every word was judged. But she kept moving. In 2010, she was elected as the Attorney General of California, becoming the first woman of color to serve in that capacity. During her time in office, she challenged powerful financial institutions during the housing crisis, supported the fight for marriage equality, and gained recognition for her decisive and courageous leadership. In 2016, she ran for the United States Senate and won, becoming only the second black woman ever elected to that body. Her presence in the Senate was electric. She didn't raise her voice, but her questions during hearings cut sharper than any speech. She stood toe-to-toe with the most powerful people in America and never blinked. Then came 2020, a year of chaos, crisis, and change. Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris as his running mate, and suddenly, history knocked again. When they won, she became the Vice President of the United States, the first woman, the first black woman, and the first South Asian American woman ever to hold that office. In a country that for centuries only saw white men in that role, her victory meant something bigger than politics. It was personal for millions. But behind the title, behind the power, is a woman who carries loss and love. Kamala's mother died in 2009 and never saw her daughter reach the White House. Yet Kamala carries her mother's influence with her wherever she goes. She often says her mother taught her to never complain, but to act. If you see a problem, don't sit with it. Fix it. That spirit is in everything Kamala does. As vice president, she took on hard issues like immigration, voting rights, and international diplomacy. She faced criticism sometimes from both sides. But like always, she stayed steady. Kamala Harris is not just the vice president. She's a symbol. A reminder to little girls watching that they can be more than what the world expects of them. She's a daughter of immigrants. A child of protests. A lawyer who chose the courtroom over comfort, a leader known for her joy, resilience, and unwavering strength. She's not perfect. She's real. And maybe that's why she matters so much. Because her story tells us something powerful. You don't have to be born into power to change the world. You don't have to choose between your roots and your dreams. You can carry both. Kamala Harris is not just making history. She is rewriting what it looks like to lead. And for millions watching around the world, she's not just the first. She's the beginning.
Whose inspiring story of politician would you like to hear next? Tell us in the comments below.